In our top story, Zuma will respect the court's decision on Simelane and a number of choice South African acts for the Garden Route. Good afternoon. President Jacob Zuma says he will respect the decisions of the courts regarding his appointment of Menzi Simelane as National Director of Public Prosecutions. This has been revealed in an exclusive interview with SABC News to be broadcast on SABC1's Asikhulume at 6:30 this evening. The Supreme Court of Appeals had ruled 2 weeks ago that Simelane's appointment in 2009 was invalid, as Zuma had failed to apply his mind to questions of Simelane's suitability to hold office. The challenge had been lodged by the Democratic Alliance. Zuma says, however, he's concerned that some of the challenges lodged against decisions he takes appear to be motivated by an attempt to interfere with the functioning of the executive arm of government.
There are provinces who had a kind of a similar situation, but on their own took the corrective decisions and whatever help it was.
We apologize for the incorrect soundbite. SABC News will broadcast a full interview with President Zuma on SABC1's Asikhulume at 6:30 this evening. At the Limpopo ANC Provincial Elective Conference in Polokwane, delegates who supported the Deputy Minister of Arts and Culture, Joe Phaahla, for the position of chairperson say they will lay a formal complaint with the convener of the National Executive Committee that oversees the Provincial Elective Conference over allegations of bogus accreditation cards. Voting was delayed last night after it was discovered that fake accreditation cards were being printed at a shop in Polokwane while the elective conference was already underway at the University of Limpopo's Turfloop campus. A journalist was assaulted in the shop by an ANC staffer while taking pictures of the cards. Phaahla, who lost to Premier Castle Matale by 82 votes, says although he accepts the result of the vote, the allegations must be investigated.
It's a matter which has been raised. There is evidence that there were cards which were produced fraudulently. So it's a matter of concern. I mean, we don't want to see such things within the ANC. As I say, we are supposed to be the champions of democracy, so we must practice democracy internally. But those are matters which would want, within our leadership structures. Those matters need to be taken up. We'll make sure that our delegates do formally present, the concern about that so that it can be investigated.
The Land Claims Court has described the passing of Judge Fikile Bam as a great loss to the country. The 74-year-old died at Johannesburg's Mill Park Hospital this morning. He'd been serving as president of the court since January 1996. Court manager Zolega Sondlo.
The whole staff, including the judges of the court, are so saddened by the death of Judge. We always called him Brafix. He was such a great man, a man of honor, a loving man, a very kind man. He was a father to all of us, more than he is being a judge, but he was such a warm person to all of us. We are so sad.
The N1 North between Polokwane and Louis Trechad in Limpopo is experiencing heavy traffic. Authorities say traffic is expected to increase at the beginning of the coming week as holiday makers begin to prepare for the Christmas weekend. Meanwhile, Limpopo Provincial Roads and Transport spokesperson Thisan Mudli has urged motorists to remain vigilant. He says 39 people have died on the province's roads since the beginning of this month. At least 120 road accidents were reported. Northwest Police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the drowning of two 11-year-old boys at Takaneng village in Taung. The youngsters went swimming in a quarry yesterday. The bodies of both victims have been recovered. Northwest Police spokesperson Thulani Ngubane.
We can confirm that the police in the area of Taung are investigating a case of inquest after two little boys aged 11 went to a faraway quarry from Takaneng village to swim. And in the swimming process, it seems they struggled to stay afloat in the water. They drowned. The fire department divers managed to get one of the body yesterday, and the second body was discovered today.
And finally, the Garden Route has attracted a number of choice South African acts this festive season. A rock concert is being held at the Fan Court Golf Estate at George in the Southern Cape today, featuring freshly ground Arno Carstens, Watershed, Lost Property and Prime Circle. Fan Court Chief Executive Karen Ditmas says top-class entertainment can also be experienced in the town.
The main aim to really put George on the map and to encourage tourism into George, because there's generally not a lot that happens in the town of George. So really trying to bring to George what the rest of South Africa gets to experience. This is now our 4th concert, and it's the biggest of the lot.